This is one of the greatest evils today, a global industry worth an estimated $32 billion. It destroys the lives of the most vulnerable of all, children in poverty.
The families from which these girls come from are extremely poor. It just makes it easier for the traffickers because they know they are in need, they know the families are in need, and if they can tell them that, okay, 1, I will marry you, 2, I will find you a job, you can help your family better. Somewhere in the back of the mind, the family knows that this is not going to happen, she's not going to get a job really, but again, the fact that they're getting the money and that she's going to send them more money back, they allow the daughters to go.
We met a former US Marine and undercover drug officer with the LAPD who turned down a comfortable retirement in California in order to join the fight against the sex trade in Calcutta.
I organize a team of field workers that go out into the field every day and look for victims of trafficking, young girls who have been tricked or taken against their will and held in these evil places. We try and come up with ways of rescuing them, ways of finding them, and ways of building relationships with high-level police officials that we need to do our job.
When you go into one of these places, an overwhelming sense of darkness just falls on you. You know that you're going into a world of evil. Business is very brisk. There's lots of money being exchanged. There are lots of customers coming in, going out. There are lots of ladies waiting to be taken. These young girls, they're not only forced to do this work, but they're forced to believing that this is what they need to do in order to support their families.
The investigators and the national staff that work on our team are some of the bravest individuals I've met in my life. They're brave in a very real way every single day. They go into places where we don't go. They go into places without an envelope of protection surrounding them other than God. And they go into environments where they know that everything is working against them. And they know that they have to take a risk because there's no other way to do it. You have to go to where the victims are to find them. And so they do it. They do it willingly and they do it prayerfully. They don't do it for the money. There's no pride involved in it. They don't get to tell the world what they're doing. You know, they don't even tell the people in the community what they're doing because their lives are at stake. These traffickers kill people. These traffickers beat people to death.
We think it is possible to put an end to this. There are already several organizations who are involved in identifying and rescuing and rehabilitating girls in this situation. If we don't stand up to an evil practice like this, it'll just carry on. And I think it is high time for the church at large to realize this and give these girls hope, give these girls true freedom so that they will not have to be abused another day.
I've been in the military. I've been a cop for 22 years, been in gun battles, been in shootings, been in knockdown, drag-out fights, very stressful undercover situations, and I will tell you, this is the hardest job I've ever done. The hardest. These last 2 years have been the hardest things, the hardest challenges. Danger is very real, the stress is very real, the problems are huge. But here's the thing, I felt more used to advance God's kingdom than anything I've ever done in the past. If there's one thing I could tell people, find the hard things that God calls you to and do them. Because there's nothing better in life, I feel, than having God build you up for a purpose and being used for that purpose. I don't know how to convince people. I don't know that they have to leave home to do it, but I think we'll find the joy and peace that surpasses all understanding. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Nothing. This has been the best decision of my life.